Great, Tanya, take it away.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity. For those of you that don't know me, and we'll get to that a little later, my name is Tanya Morris. I'm the president and founder of Mom Your Business. Our mission is to support mompreneurs by connecting them to resources and opportunities that lead to success in business and in life. So we are launching a startup accelerator exclusively for Black and brown female founders as we attempt to rewrite the narrative of Black female founders. So thank you so much for coming this afternoon, and let's get started. So let's start with the bad news. The bad news is the funding gap. Black women are among the least likely to receive venture capital funding. If you take a look at this graph, you will see that Black women-led startups have raised less than 1% or received less than 1% of the nearly $425 billion in venture funding since 2009. And that's despite being the largest growing and the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs. Venture funding has not been very kind to Black female founders. So why do we exist? Black and brown female owned early stage businesses are the least funded, as we just saw from the graph, despite being the fastest growing group of any of entrepreneurs. Many are stuck bootstrapping without a viable revenue growth strategy. That is why we created Founders to Funders. Working with female entrepreneurs on a regular basis, you hear so many of them talk about lack of capital, and they get stuck, we get stuck bootstrapping. Bootstrapping is not a bad thing. Many businesses have been built off of bootstrapping, but there is an opportunity for you to grow your business beyond where you presently are. May require you to create a different type of growth strategy to take you to that next level. And we believe that that next level is job creation. That's really what our focus is job creation and building sustainable, viable businesses. This is our target demographics. Again, Black and brown female founders who have a business and are bootstrapping with no fundraising growth plan for their business. Those businesses that are looking to pivot or rebuild post-COVID. So we all know we're in the middle of a pandemic. Black and brown businesses as a whole have been impacted more than any other business as far as going out of business, not going, and many of them not closing, and have been, again, the least likely to get funding when you talk about the IDLES and PPP and some of the other programs that have been made available. Again, we have been severely impacted. So we wanted to also include those Black and brown businesses who are looking to pivot and or rebuild post-COVID. And then those that are actively in the pre-seed or seed stage business that need funding to support or to accelerate their business growth. So what is Founders to Funders? Well, Founders to Funders is a 8-week entrepreneur-led and community-run business accelerator. It is a hybrid program that will showcase leading Black female founders through meetups, lectures, and other activities. We really want to connect our participants with fellow entrepreneurs, but also with funders, experts, community leaders, anything that is going to ultimately strengthen the regional startup economy. Our focus obviously is primarily the greater Philadelphia region. Obviously that includes South Jersey and Delaware. But since we have opened up our applications, we have also had applicants as far away as California. So whatever we can do to build not only our regional startup ecosystem, but also that of the Black and brown female ecosystem as well. And so we have partnered with some CDFIs, community development financial institutions, angels investors, venture capitalists, and we are also looking to create our own equity crowdfunding for our participants to give them a diverse funding options to go from bootstrapping to bankability. And I'm going to talk more about the CDFIs and angel investors and venture capitalists later. Here's our timeline. We opened up our applications on January the 27th. Today is the info session, February 15th. That is this coming week. The applications deadline is the application deadline. And from the 17th through the 28th of February, we will be doing interviews because we want to really, hear your story, and we want to hear how you plan to grow your business. We want to understand where you are in your business growth process and in your startup journey. And so we're not just doing a typical interview. What we're doing is we're going to actually interview you as a part of our new podcast called My BFF, which is My Black Female Founders. And so your podcast, your interview will be featured on that podcast. You'll be able to share it out to your social media followers, with your families and friends. So it'll be done as part of an interview for the podcast. Come March 3rd, we will select our participants for the first cohort of the Funders Accelerator program. And then the program will launch on March the 20th. Actually on March the 17th, and I'll talk about this a little bit going later, but March 20th is going to be the actual first day that we begin having classes. So here is our timeline. We'll have our kickoff on March the 17th with a special guest speaker. I can't tell you who that is just yet, but it will be someone amazing. And then we're going to have a series of special sessions. All of our sessions will be held on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, beginning again on Saturday, March the 20th. But we're going to have some special midweek sessions, and we have lined up some incredible people to participate in our special sessions. On the 23rd, we have David Bland, who is the author of Testing Business Ideas. If you know anything about the business model canvas or value propositions, Dave is the author of their newest contribution to that series called Testing Business Ideas. I'm still in shock that he said yes, but he is coming to talk to you all about testing your business ideas and giving you a strategy for testing your business ideas and why it's so important to do testing for products and services. So I'm so excited to have Dave. Nefertari Strickland from Teachers Ann will also be joining us to look at data and cybersecurity, why that's important, how to protect your data. And I'll just give you a quick testimony. Last week, I got a message from one of the credit bureaus that a password that I had been using had been breached. So for the whole last week, I've been going and changing the password for just the accounts that were linked to that particular password. And so these are things that are really, really important. So Nefer's going to come and do a session on data and cybersecurity. I have Leah Davis, who is a wealth and wellness coach, who is coming. She is tentatively scheduled for Tuesday, April the 27th. Leah is an amazing wealth and wellness coach. And one of the things that we believe that makes our program unique is that we have sessions on blending and why it's important and how you blend. We don't use balance. We use blend as far as blending family, life, work, and a bunch of other stuff. That's what makes you a mompreneur. And so Leah's going to come in and talk about your personal finances and your business finances and keeping those things separate and why and how to blend those family things and staying well. So I'm really excited to have her. And so we have some special sessions lined up. This is, again, all of the primary sessions that I will be teaching will be on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. And then we'll have some midweek special sessions as topics become available and as we see the need, because as we move through this process, something may come up and you all may say, participant may say, Tanya, can you get somebody to come and talk about this? And I want to be able to do that. So I just wanted to put that out there so that everybody understands how we're going to be navigating with some of these special sessions. So just a couple really briefly, I'm not going to give all the topics, but here are some of them. Market analysis, creating a customer profile. We're going to really take a deep dive into your customer profile, looking at competitors and doing some comparing and contrasting. I believe every business should have a customer persona. You should know who your customer is from the time that they get up to the time that they go to bed, every activity of what it is that they are doing on a daily basis. So we're going to really take a deep dive into the customer profile. Next, planning and preparing for business growth. This is where we will begin to start to look at creating the business growth plan. What is your business really worth? Lately, we've done some real in-depth studying on valuation, company valuation. What is your business worth? It is so important to know that, especially as you begin to deal with angels and venture capitalists, knowing the value of your company. People, building your team. One of the reasons a lot of entrepreneurs in general get stuck bootstrapping is because they've become so accustomed to doing everything by themselves. So we wanted to bring someone in that's really going to talk about building your team, how to build your team, what you should be looking at, who you should be looking for, how you begin to move forward. Another session is going to be fueling growth without going broke. That's the session that Lydia's going to kind of be a part of, talking to you about fueling your growth without going broke. Pitch perfect is really the part where we look at your pitch and help you to put together really a series of pitches. I'm big on the elevator pitch. I'm also big on pitch decks, as well as a 3 to 5 minute pitch when you just have an opportunity to share your story. So we're going to be putting together a couple of pitch perfect work. We're going to be really putting in some work on working on your various pitches. I haven't asked him yet. I don't expect a no, but I'm hoping that my good friend and mentor, Mr. Gary Johnson, will do this session with me. So putting that out there. So really quickly, I wanted to show you why. I wanted to give you an idea of why now.
Welcome back. Just yesterday, our country passed yet another grim milestone with the coronavirus. More than 200,000 Americans have now lost their lives to COVID, and that number, unfortunately, is continuing to grow. That record coincides with several states hitting peaks in cases, growing uncertainty about keeping schools open, and businesses across this country struggling to stay afloat. This week, Yelp released its latest economic report, revealing U.S. business closures are steadily increasing as a result of the coronavirus, and that a whopping 60% of the establishments that have been forced to shut down will not be reopening. Joining me now is someone who is no stranger to the economic hardships of this pandemic, business owner, Tanya Morris. Tanya, thank you so much for joining us on this. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Talk to us about your business. I'm happy to report that you have survived so far, which is fantastic. Mom Your Business. But how have the last 6 months been for you?
Well, they've been challenging, to say the least, Yasmin. I mean, we were actually just getting ready to move into a co-working space when things hit in March. So we were closed down and had to really pivot and try to figure out other ways to service the women that we service virtually. We were preparing to launch a new program, an Accelerator program in particular for women 50 plus. So we had to put that on hold. And we had to really help those businesses that we service really go from growing their business to really surviving and how they were going to be able to stay afloat. So that's been our greatest challenge.
What is Mom Your Business all about?
So we support mompreneurs by connecting them to resources and opportunities that lead to success in business and in life. So we provide tools and resources, everything from strategic planning, business development, marketing strategies, all of those things. And so, African-American women are the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs. What the pandemic did was literally stop that in its tracks. And so we had to shift from helping folks to really growing their business to really helping them, again, to be able to survive. And as the stat that you just posted, 60% may not open. That number is even higher among Black-owned businesses.
So I want to jump off what you just said, because in speaking to NBC about Black entrepreneurship, you said, and I quote, "We were innovative in starting our businesses, and now we have to be more innovative in making sure that our businesses survive." What exactly are you having to do?
So, for one, we've had to help folks navigate the programs that have been available to them, such as the PPP and the EIDL, and other resources. We're in Pennsylvania, where our governor put in place a program specifically for minority-owned businesses. And so helping those businesses to navigate that terrain first and foremost. And then those that were on the front lines that are, on business corridors that were even damaged in the social unrest, helping them to recover, to rebuild their businesses, connecting them with volunteers, with everything from cleaning up to upgrading their technology, all of those things that are critical to long-term survival in this climate.
Were you able to qualify for and take advantage of small business relief during this time?
Yeah, well, we were able to get the EIDL to help us to be able to do some things. It wasn't a large amount, and I'm sure there are many other businesses that would attest to that. It wasn't, something that was going to help us to be able to survive, but we were grateful for the amount that we did receive.
Tanya Morris, thank you as always, and good luck to you in the future. Thank you, Tanya.
So just to kind of add a little bit to the conversation with Yasmin, since that time, the new EIDL loans have come out, and because we have a different administration, or even as the last administration ended, they realized the disparities of Black and brown businesses that receive funding. So the new process is, from what I'm hearing, is a little easier to navigate. But when you think about the fact that the majority of Black and brown businesses got thousands of dollars compared to white-owned businesses that got often millions of dollars, you'll understand that the disparity is part of the reason so many businesses have been forced to close, and that's very unfortunate. So Warren Buffett once said, the best investment you can make is an investment in yourself. The more you learn, the more you'll earn. It's been my experience, studying accelerator programs. They all come with some type of cost, whether it be the cost of the time of preparing, whether it be a monetary cost, or maybe it's even equity. So many accelerators start as low as $600 to as much as $3,000. Some are free. And then there are others that have a cost with equity. So Mind Your Business isn't doing any of that. We're not taking equity, and we're not charging between $600 to $3,000. But we're not going to be free either, because we believe that if you make an investment in yourself with the resources, the time, the curriculum, we have a proprietary curriculum that was created for us. We believe that this is a good investment that you're making in yourself. So we are charging $250 for the accelerator, of which $100, $150 you will receive back at the end of the program. And so we're doing that for a couple reasons. Again, we want to have a very consistent, controlled group, but we also believe that it's important to invest in yourself in this type of program, just as you would in your marketing and your training or anything else to upgrade your program, upgrade your business. So really quickly, I want to share a testimonial. Ashley Peach Brown, who created Sledge Scarves out of her own frustrations of her scarf coming off at night while sleeping. I've been working with Peach now for about a year, more like 8 to 9 months, mentoring, coaching, and thus far through that year that we worked with her, she won $10,000 in the Black Girl Ventures Philly chapter pitch competition, and she was also connected to a venture capitalist as well. And we have continued to work with her around her, with some referrals with her patenting process, as well as the communication and the language with the venture capitalists. We're working on some manufacturing things as well. So, she was a pitch participant. She was someone that really came to us, and we just connected and was really ready for that next step. And so I just wanted to share her testimony. Judith McDaniel was someone else who had never pitched before she began to really work with us, and she was another winner in the Black Girl Ventures pitch competition. So these are testimonials, excuse me, of folks that we have worked with, and is another reason why we believe that that we are a good investment. A little bit about our team. Myself, again, I spent 20 plus years in nonprofit. I've helped women do everything from start a business to buy their first home, repair their credit, everything that you could possibly change careers, find a new job. This is what I do. Often say mentoring is not what I do, it's who I am. Kelly Green Adams, who's the chair of our board. I've known Kelly for 30 years. She has started businesses, worked in nonprofits. She's a licensed therapist. She is very, very talented and gifted, very knowledgeable at the back end of running businesses and administration and what it takes. So I'm so happy to have her. Dr. Tamara Hill Bennett is another one of our mentors that will be a part of our mentors program. And Dr. Hill is a ophthalmologist, and she is a sustainable business coach as well. And so we are so excited to have her. She will be one of our mentors. Brittany Smith is our creative director. Brittany and I have known each other for probably about 10 years as well. And she's very talented, has a Walls Media Group is the name of her company. And so I'm so excited to have all of these ladies as a part of our team, but also Kelly and Dr. Hill will be serving as mentors. We have some mentors that are just outstanding. Each participant will have an outstanding mentor that they will be working with for the 8 weeks of the program. And when I tell you that they are top of the line mentors that have been in business for 20 years, running $1 million companies, some of them, and I'm just really excited about the mentors that we have coming to our program. Just a note on some of our sponsors. AARP Philadelphia is one of our legacy partners. We are also Comcast Rise winners, so we will be seeing some advertisements real soon as a result of that. My good friend Michelle Snow of the Michelle Snow Network, she has also come on as a sponsor, and Dare to Imagine Church as well. We have some other sponsors that are pending, but we are really excited to have these group of folks. And by way of some of the angels and venture capitalists that we have already committed, Aunts and Uncles, which is a group run by Judy Wicks that's based in West Philly. They are on board. Robin Hood Ventures, Alan Weber's group will also be one of our angel investors. Rare Breed Ventures, which is Mac McConnell out of Baltimore, which is a Black VC fund. They are on board, and some other VCs. And of course, I have you name a CDFI in Philadelphia, I have a relationship with each and every one of them. But West Philly Financial, Jim's group will be a part of our CDFI group. So I'm just excited. I think we put together a quality program with some quality people. And now I'll take some questions.
Tanya, I saw one question come through in the chat from Yves Marie. Are there scholarships available?
There are some scholarships available. And again, and let me just say a little bit more about the cost. Again, $250, you get $150 back. We will not be turning anyone away. That's not what I do. That's not how I operate. Once you go through the process, and if you are selected, we want to help you to if we can help you try to raise your $250, we will. But we do have a few scholarships as well.
That was the only question I saw in the chat, but folks, feel free to unmute if you have other questions.
Please, hello.
Okay, I see Lisa Hunter's hand is raised.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you loud and clear.
That's not
Okay,
Lisa.
hello. My name is Eve Marie, and I'm very grateful to be here. And this is very nice. And please, I noticed that you took your PowerPoint down. I'm a note taker. I'm old school. I'm a note taker, and I wanted to get your contact information. So if you will allow me to ask you questions, I do want to participate in this. I am a new business. I'm a woman. I'm all women, and I'm Black. And so what I wanted to do was is that it right there?
Yep.
You had your phone number on there too. I lost the last 4 numbers of the number. I got 267-770, and then you took it off. Yeah, so I am very interested and I appreciate you. I just want to say thank you. I really didn't have anything really intellectual to say, except to say thank you very much for the opportunity. I'm a cultural arts a teacher. I teach dance, arts and crafts, and knowledge of self-education. And so this just, this was a blessing just to fall into this. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. Lisa Hunter.
Okay, again, I also agree with that. Thanks. And this has been very great for me and informational. I wanted to know as far as next steps. I know about the application, and I am interested in applying. So is that something that will be sent out to us or we'll have access after this? I'm just trying to find out the logistics for the next steps.
So the next step for those that have already completed that, you did the application already, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I have no idea. I probably did. I think so. That's what, yeah, when I went on and was filling out where I am with my business and all that, that was the application. Okay.
F6.com is the platform that we're using.
Okay. Yes, I did that. Okay.
And so the next step is the interview process. And so you will be receiving an email from Zion, who is my assistant, and she will be scheduling your interview for the next step, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. No more questions? I'm not quite that thorough, am I? Oh, maybe I am.
Oh, I have questions.
Okay. Who's that?
This is Yatina Dudley. How you doing, Tanya?
Hey, well, Tina, what's going on, girl?
I'm sitting here with my daughters, and they have a business as well. And they wanted to know, because we missed this part, how long is the program?
Oh, it is 8 weeks.
Oh, it's 8 weeks.
Yes. Starting on March the 20th.
And the other question is, now, when do you help with the business plan?
So the thing is that about Founders to Funders is that we are really focused on businesses that are in business. That is a requirement, is that you are actively in business, whether you're in the pre-seed and seed stage of that business, or pre-seed is, we don't want anybody that has an idea, right? We want somebody that is actively in business and can show some revenue. That is the goal of the program, because we want to help you to build from there. So the business plan is something that we're not really, we're not going to be doing the business plan thing. That you can,
Okay, just wanted to know.
Yeah.
No, they're in business, doing business. They just wanted to tighten up their business plan and structure.
Yeah. So what we're doing in that case, and we'll talk about that as a part of the interview process. The very first session is going to be, we're going to be looking at BHAGs, for those that are familiar with the book, Grow to Great, and then we deal with big, hairy, audacious goals. And we're really going to focus on really creating a plan to do business. So we'll take a look at your business plan and kind of move it from there to really being a plan that's implemented.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Yep. That's it. I really know I'm not that thorough. Am I really that thorough? Okay. Well, maybe I am that thorough. I don't know. I try to be. Like playing the Jeopardy. Maybe you ought to play the Jeopardy music or something, Natalie.
Lisa, did you have another question?
I do. I'm just curious. It's not something which is life-threatening, but I just wanted to know as far as about how many people go through the group at one time, like in the first cohort, about how many people do you accept into the program?
Yeah, I'm shooting for no more than 15 because I want this first cohort to be small and to be intimate. So I'm hoping for maybe about 15 businesses. So Lisa, why don't you tell us about your business since you're here?
Okay, my name is Lisa Hunter, and I'm the owner of a business called Just Catering LLC. I own a catering business, which I started in 2014 when I got all the paperwork and became official out of Virginia. And I had my first contract in 2015. So it's been up and growing. Primarily, I provide catering services and food, which includes all the prep services, all the producing, buying everything, negotiating contracts. I do all of that for various events, and I've done schools, I've done churches primarily, and I've done some individual weddings and a couple of things like that. Recently, we moved from Virginia to Pennsylvania. My husband did an early retirement. So looking to move the business from from Virginia to Pennsylvania. I am a native of Philadelphia. In addition to my business being a for-profit business, I also am a licensed social worker. So I have a component where I like to engage with the community and do things to provide meals for various agencies in the community. I have provided meals for the homeless shelter back in Virginia, where once a month we went in, we contacted them and said, how can we help? How can we come alongside? And they explained to us that the people who were residents at the shelter did not get hot meals. They mainly had cereal. So we opted to come in, and we did that for 3 years before we moved. And we provided a hot breakfast, took all of our catering items with us and free. And we just provided the meals, and just the reward that we got from that really just motivated me even more to continue to do that. So I want to have that aspect along with the business to be able to give back to the community as well.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
I see a couple names in the chat that I don't recognize. If anybody wants to just tell us about their business, maybe Talia or Zakia, are you able to unmute and tell us about your business?
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Zakia Reddy Sharif. My business is called Superior Service Solutions Group. I am a customer service consulting firm. I provide customer service training for small Black and brown businesses. I am also recently a licensed expediter for the city of Philadelphia and hopes to work with some small Black and brown contractors, architects, plumbers, where I am able to pull building permits, commercial and residential, and provide different variations of administrative support, contract creation, voicemail management, social media management. And that's about it right now, but I'm growing. I just started in November. I've actually had an opportunity to teach, to develop a course called CARE, where I was contracted to go into a phlebotomy school, and I designed a program to teach the art of customer service and healthcare, because that is my background. I have been a phlebotomist for the last 15 years. I am currently still employed full-time for liaison. That's it.
Thank you. Guess we lost you.
Can you hear me?
We lost you for a minute, Zakia.
Okay, sorry.
So what brings you here? You want to tell the folks what brings you here?
I came here to listen to the program. Of course, I wanted to join. However, I have a lot going on, but I wanted to find out more about the program, find out about funding, just to learn everything about the program, and to also possibly be a program manager to kind of like facilitate follow-up and come in as like administrative support if possible for this program, and just to soak up knowledge, to network. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah, so Zakia's being real nice because she's going to be our program manager. So I wanted everybody to hear her voice, so you can familiarize yourself with her. So she's amazing, and I'm really happy to have her come on. I'm going to talk a little bit more about our mentors as we prepare to kind of, wind down. It's about 1:15 and we don't have any more questions, but I did ping a couple of you in the chat to see if you wanted to share anything about your business. So in addition to the ladies that are on the slide, I have a young lady who's been in the real estate investment business for about 20 years, and she runs a customer service platform that she created that's going to be one of our mentors as well. I have a technology expert. I have a health and wellness person who created product. So I'm really excited to have her. I have a caterer, someone that's in the food business specifically. So what we really want to try to do is kind of match people with people that are in their industry, and really show people how to work together and navigate through their business and grow their business. So I'm really excited in having Lorraine and Chef Larry come on board, as well as Leah and some other folks. I met a gentleman on a call a couple of weeks ago that's also bringing his partners to the table that are some venture capital firms as well. So we have what I believe is really a first-rate program to share with you all. So I don't have anything else, Natalie. If there are no more questions, I did ping a couple people in the chat. I guess they're unable to unmute and talk.
Capture them by skin tone. The resulting idea we had about race.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Please, can I have an opportunity again? I was nervous the first time.
You don't need an opportunity again, dear. I know who you are. You're good. I know who you are.
I know, but you didn't acknowledge my text, so that's why I wanted to.
Because I'm talking and text, and I got you. I know.
All right, very good.
I already know you. I don't need to read your text. I know who you are. We good. So anyone else? Any other questions, comments?
I just want to say that this is like an awesome space. I'm extremely excited, especially as a new entrepreneur. I'm looking forward to growing and learning and just soaking up everything that I can.
Thank you so much, Zakia. So Emily put a question in the chat that I want to certainly answer about the least Black and brown females being the least funded. And what would I say to investors regarding the unique advantages of investing in Black women? So what I would say to those investors, first of all, is that one, we're the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs. That's number one. Right now, to date, as of right today, Black women make up 50% of all entrepreneurs. Okay, so that's two. The last thing I would tell them is that the number that as we continue to grow, we're growing because of the diversity of the types of businesses. Since we've opened up the application, I've already had 3 people with apps. I've had a caterer. I've had a young lady who has created some pantyhose that are right. So we have a unique mixture of groups. And so that would be the other thing that I would say is that the diversity that they are afforded as investors that are looking to diversify their portfolio, they're not going to find that in a more diverse group than in Black female entrepreneurs in particular. And then, you know, I left out, you know, Peach and Judith, who also have some incredible products. So we have a great amount of diversity if you're talking about building your portfolio. So that's what I would say. I don't know if anybody else wants to chime in on that. Maybe Gary or Nefertari may want to chime in on that answer or echo it or something. I don't know.
I am echoing it. No, that's exactly it. It's you know, investing in Black women entrepreneurs also it's beneficial to all of us. When you invest in Black women founders, they are 90% more likely to reinvest their resources, revenue, support, like back into the community. So when they succeed, all of us succeed. So why would we not?
Great point. Great point. Thank you, Gary. Great point. All right. That's all I got, Nat.
No, that's totally
Thank you
fine.
so much.
We'll just end a few minutes early. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. We do have a Black History Month themed Jeopardy game happening at 4 o'clock. So check the schedule on our website. I will add a link to that here. And we will hopefully see you there or at sometime in the future. And good luck to all the applicants for the accelerators with Tanya. It sounds like it's an awesome opportunity.
Thank you, Tanya.
Awesome. Have a good one. See y'all around.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.